What's up, YouTube? How we looking? Coach Max here, back with another video. Today, I've got some stuff I want to talk about. However, this time it's not going to be about 2K or the NBA. Instead, it's going to be, well, this channel. I want to talk a little bit about what I'm doing on the platform, what I'd eventually like to do on the platform, just kind of pull the curtains back a little bit, as it were. Now, I've been on YouTube for a little over 6 months now. And in all that time, with the exception of a few good close personal friends, I've told nobody that I've been doing this up until now. There are a number of reasons for that, some of which I'll get into a little bit later in the video, but the big one was I wanted to see if creating content was something I enjoyed, which I do, and see if it was something I could do consistently, which I've been able to do since the beginning of the year. So I figured now would be a good time to answer some questions that a few people in the know have had, as well as put my name out there and start seeing if I can try and seriously grow the channel. So let's get into it. So to start off with, what do I want out of this channel? What are my goals? Well, my primary goal, as cheesy as this may sound, is just to put out good content that you'll enjoy. Whether it entertains you, or it makes you think, or even if you just use it as background noise while you're driving or trying to sleep. As long as you're getting something preferably positive out of it, I'm honestly okay. But that is not what most of the people who have asked this question have actually meant. What they wanted to know was, why would I start a gaming and basketball channel when there are already so many better ones out there? And am I doing this just to become internet famous or to make money? As far as the former goes, I started a gaming and basketball channel because I just legitimately enjoy gaming and basketball. That's really all there is to it. But I get where they're coming from. We all know somebody who is trying to become the next PewDiePie, the next Markiplier, maybe as far as basketball goes, the next Chris Smoove. And they wanted to know, what would make me different than all these much better examples out there. And to be honest, I'm still kind of working on that. I'm still kind of trying to find my voice, but I like to believe that I do bring a different voice and perspective to things potentially. And honestly, just because there are so many better examples out there, you shouldn't be seeing them as detractors, you should be seeing them as inspirations. How many people have gone into 2K because of Chris Smoove? Well, me for one, that's for certain. How many people have been inspired to start gaming channels or get into gaming in general because of PewDiePie and how far he reaches? How many people have decided to get into vlogging because of Jake Paul? Okay, maybe that's not the greatest example, but you get my point. Just because there are better people out there doesn't mean you can't at least try. This is something I've said a few times, and quite honestly, if, I didn't take a chance once in a while just because there's somebody out there who can do that better, I'd probably never get off the couch, as it were. So this is kind of just me trying to put myself out there. Going to the latter points, am I doing this to become internet famous? In the words of Kevin Garnett, hell nah. That's N-A-H, nah. Not a no, but a nah. Honestly, that is so far down the line that is not even registering in my dreams for the most part. If I were to become legitimately internet famous, I think I would honestly be a little bit scared, but that's something we can talk about another time. Now, am I doing this to make money? Well, to be honest, that is something I would like to do at some point. Don't get me wrong though, it's not like I'm sitting here thinking that I'm going to get rich quick off of YouTube. I'm not. I'm not thinking of quitting my day job and going all in on YouTube and then the money starts rolling in. No. I have done more than enough research to know that, except in extremely rare cases, it doesn't work that way. This is more along the lines of somewhere way down the line, all of the things being equal, I am able to make as much money after taxes doing YouTube as I'm making at my day job. Well, then yes, I would do YouTube full-time at that point. I would love to have that kind of freedom of scheduling. I'd love to be my own boss. And honestly, creating content is much more fun than sitting at a desk doing what I'm doing currently. But again, that's down the line. I'm not putting all of my eggs in the YouTube basket. Quite frankly, I have responsibilities I have to meet first before I can even remotely think about doing that. And my day job currently meets those responsibilities, whereas YouTube obviously does not because I'm not getting paid to do it yet. And that kind of segues into one of my goals. I have joked that my short-term goal was becoming the most subscribed channel named Coach Max. And the reason it's a joke is because right now, to the best of my knowledge, and I'll probably put a graphic in the video itself if I remember to edit it in, the most subscribed channel named Coach Max is a marketer with 53 subscribers or so. I've already got her beat in views, so there's that at least. But yeah, that's why it's a joke. My actual short to medium term goal that I have not articulated, so everybody who is watching this video is hearing it for the first time, is to basically get the requirements to become monetized. Now, for those of you who don't know, the requirements to become monetized on YouTube is in a 1-year period, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of total watch time. Now, I know 4,000 hours seems like a lot, but let's break it down. If I had 1,000 subscribers and each of those 1,000 subscribers watches 4 hours of my content in an entire year, 4 hours, roughly the length of 2 Marvel movies, then the goal is more than met. If we wanted to break it down further, it would translate to roughly less than a minute a day, maybe about 5 minutes a week. 5 minutes. So if I put out a video and all 1,000 people watch 5 minutes of that video, then we're on pace to make it. It's pretty much that simple. Now, again, I'm not too worried about the watch time aspect. I don't want to bog things down in math. What I really want to do is basically just ask for your help. And by that I mean, if you've been watching my videos and you haven't subscribed yet, and you want to help out somebody who has a goal of getting monetized on this platform at some point, please hit that subscribe button. If you like my videos or have constructive feedback, hit the like button, leave a comment. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know that I am making these videos not just for, my enjoyment, but I'm making them for your enjoyment. All of that is just the little things you can do to help me get going. Even if you just want to support a small creator, and if you know people who want to support a small creator and help them realize, I wouldn't say a dream, but help them reach a goal, let's say that, then let somebody else know. I want to grow this team. I want to grow this channel. I would say I want to grow the brand, but that feels honestly really pretentious at this point, so we're not going to worry about that. But basically, I want to get a better audience. I want to get to know that audience, and I can't do that without your help. So again, please, subscribe to me if you haven't already. Leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think I can improve on, whatever. Alright, so I've talked a lot about this particular point. Let's move on to another thing that I need to discuss, and that is the change in this channel's upload schedule. So, 2 reasons for the change. The first is that my schedule at my day job has changed, so now I have new days off and I wanted to schedule around those. But the most important reason for the change is that with the previous schedule, I ended up pulling more all-nighters than I really wanted to, especially on weeknights and work nights. And it was getting to a point where it was starting to affect not only the quality of the videos, in my opinion, but it was also affecting my health. So I decided I needed to step back, reassess, and kind of retake control, as it were. So the new schedule going forward, at least for this month, is going to be this. The regular weekly upload, which is usually going to be 2K or NBA related, is going to be happening on Saturday afternoons between 2 and 4 Pacific time. The Kingdom Hearts 3 streams will be moved over to midnight Thursday, but more accurately around 1 a.m. Friday morning, and 5 p.m. Friday evening, since that is one of my new days off, so that's where it's going to go. As I mentioned before, the other schedule was just not working. I originally made the switch thinking that I would have more time to work on it on the weekends, but what ended up happening is I had less time on the weekends because I was involved in other things, and video making just kind of fell by the wayside, so I kept having to cram it in after work and before bed, before I left for work, and many times I would be staying up all night to get a video ready for the next day, or even staying up all night 2 nights in a row to get all the shooting done so I can get the editing done, whatever. The main point was I was not as efficient as I could be. I'm still not as efficient as I could be. I'm still working on that. But I had to do this to take care of myself, because right now YouTube is a hobby, and my hobby should not be taking that much life out of me. As I've mentioned before, I have a full-time day job, so my priorities have to kind of go to the thing that's paying the bills and allowing me to make these videos, not just make the videos. I know that came out a little weird. That's what happens when I start to ramble. My priorities are basically, taking care of myself, taking care of my loved ones, and then my full-time job. So YouTube is going to be third or fourth priority at best until such time as it becomes my main source of income, if it ever gets to that point. And the other half of this is that when I started this channel in September, I originally made a note to myself that I was not going to treat YouTube like a job until I started getting paid about as much as I would at a job. So a few of the things that I specifically wrote were not to spend more than 6 to 8 hours on YouTube a day, not to spend more than 40 hours of YouTube in a week, and not to pull all-nighters unless absolutely necessary. And in the month of March, I basically did none of those things. I worked so many hours, I worked long hours, I worked more all-nighters, and like I said, that eventually just started getting to me. I felt like the quality of my videos was terrible, and while I was still enjoying it, I was enjoying it a lot less. So the other reason for this change is to kind of get back to enjoying it, to get back to making YouTube fun for me so I can make it fun for you guys, if that makes sense. Alright, if you are still watching the video at this point, first of all, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. But you also probably want to know what lies in the future for this channel. What am I working on? Well, I wanted to leave this for the back half of the video, partially because I wanted to make sure the message about my goals, and specifically that I would love to have more subs, more likes, more comments, you name it. I wanted to have that earlier in the video to make sure that there was a higher chance that it would get out there and be heard. And kind of leave this for the back half to reward the people who stick around and watch the whole video. You guys get to be among the first to know, as it were. So I am still going to be doing NBA 2K, even though the NBA regular season is almost over. There is still a couple months of postseason to go through. I will be doing more competitive rebuilds. I kind of ended up getting away from that in the last couple of months, and I do want to get back to it. Now, I've been analyzing the performance of my previous videos. The best performing video on my channel, by and large, was the one I did in the first of the year based on Andrew Wiggins. I have another possible idea involving Andrew Wiggins in a rebuild in the works, so that's probably something you can see later on. The surprise performer on the channel is actually my half-baked attempt at ASMR, specifically the rebuild and chill video. I believe it is my second highest viewed video in 2019 if I were to go back and look, which is also good enough for, I think, third for the entire channel's history, which is pretty impressive. As far as watch time goes, it doesn't do as good, but it is driving an insane amount of views, almost double the average that the rest of my videos are doing. So based off of that, I'm probably going to go ahead and try and upload one more of those at some point. Now, I know a lot of the people that I know are not really big fans of ASMR, and to be honest, I did it initially as a joke, but since it is a joke that is driving views, I'm probably going to do it one more time. And as I've mentioned before, if there is something that I do that you really like and you would like to see more of, the best thing to do is let me know by leaving a like and letting me know in the comments section. I want to put out content that you guys want to see, but I don't know what you guys want to see unless you tell me. So please let me know. I want the feedback, I want the criticism constructively, and specifically I want to know what you guys enjoy so I can try and give you guys more of that. Now as far as Kingdom Hearts 3 goes, I do hope to be done with that by the end of June. Now, anybody who has been watching my streams at this point knows that my internet connection has not exactly been the most cooperative in the last several weeks. In fact, there is one day of streaming that I just completely threw out because it took about 6 tries just to get the connection to last for more than a minute or two, and then when it did, it ended up cutting out at the most inconvenient time, so there were entire important cutscenes that you could not see the video of. You can hear the audio, but you can't see the video because of some weird way that streaming on the PS4 works. Like, the video doesn't come through, but the audio does. I honestly don't know. So I probably will not be continuing to stream after Kingdom Hearts 3. It started as a streaming series, it's going to finish as a streaming series, but I don't think that I will be continuing to stream. I just don't have the internet connectivity for it. But the other reason that I hope to be done with Kingdom Hearts 3 before July is because there's going to be something else coming out in July that I think I kind of want to do. I'm not going to say what it is just yet, but since I did mention that it's coming out in July, you can probably speculate it. Now onto the most important part of future plans. When I started the channel, I was still in the middle of paying off a $15,000 credit card debt. So kind of I was in the same position as some of the interesting people who went to Kickstarter to try and fund their YouTube channel. You know, they had debts, they needed to get those paid off, and they wanted money so they could, you know, start a channel. I didn't go that route. I just decided to buckle down and work hard, and it paid off because just 2 weekends ago, I made the last payment on that credit card, and I am now debt-free. The part of that story that's germane to this channel, however, is that now that the debt is over and done with, I will be able to purchase something that is hopefully going to simplify my process quite a bit, and this is something that I've been putting off until the debt was taken care of because the item I'm thinking of is a little bit more expensive. To give you a little bit of insight into what my process is right now, I record all of my footage and generally my commentary directly on the PS4, and then I do what I call first stage editing on Share Factory, which is essentially just trimming and snipping clips and making sure that everything is kind of coherent. Then I render all that out, put it on a USB drive, put that USB drive onto my laptop, and then go to Shotcut to add music, sound effects, whatever other editing I want to do there, usually text. The reason I do that is because Shotcut gives me a lot more freedom for additional tracks and adjusting volume than Share Factory really does. Share Factory is really nice for getting the actual video and somewhat nice for the audio, but as far as background music and putting up text, really I'm a little bit more used to Shotcut at this point. So what I'm going to be picking up to hopefully simplify everything is going to be a capture device, so I don't have to basically render on the PS4 and then bring it to my laptop. I can just put it all directly on the laptop and cut out about 30 minutes to an hour for the process. How well is that going to go? I don't know. I have literally never worked with a capture device before. I'm still kind of doing my research on that subject. I hope to make the purchase sometime around the end of this month or the beginning of next month, and that should give me a couple of months to do it before I potentially start that new gaming project that I mentioned before. Worst case scenario, hey, I've got a new way to do 2K videos. Speaking of 2K, I do plan to do 2K20 when it comes out, and unless they take out the story, I will be doing my GM. I'll hopefully actually do it this time. I started it and then things went into left field and then I never finished it, and then they decided, you know, at this point everybody else has done it, I would not have anything to add, so I'm just going to wait and restart uploading at the beginning of the year. So that's what happened with my GM series, if anybody was kind of curious about that. What I eventually want to do is get to a point where either I have plenty of videos ready to go or I've just gotten better at making them, where every week or every other week I can take a day that I might have used towards making a video and use that just to study up on YouTube itself or learn a new program or learn a new editing trick, things like that, just to kind of get better at some of the more behind the scenes stuff when it comes to videos. What it really boils down to is something I've already said a few times. I don't want to just, you know, produce content that I like. I want to produce content that you like. But I want to go beyond that. I don't want to just keep producing content that you'll like, but produce better content that you'll love. So at this point, I've pretty much said everything I had written down, but before I officially end this video, I just want to say thank you very much for listening, especially if you've listened the whole way through. I really, really do appreciate it. All the more so because I'm not talking about more interesting subjects like video games or basketball, but about myself and my goals and aspirations. As glib as I've been about it, this is easily the most personal I've been on this channel, and the most personal I've been with the internet at large outside of my circle of friends in a very, very long time. To be honest, I was a little bit afraid of making this video, just as I've been a little bit afraid of telling other people about my YouTube channel, because I was worried that I would show my content and people would just, you know, kind of brush it off, think it's a waste of time, think it was trash, all those negative thoughts that can sometimes get stuck in your head. when you are, worried about failing. So making this video was not just a way to appeal to everybody for more subscribers, more views, more likes, more comments, etc., but kind of a way to try and get over that fear that's holding me back. Just putting everything out there and saying, hey, here I am, this is me, this is what I want to do, come help me do it because I can't get it done without you. And yeah, that pretty much was the aim. So on that note, let's go ahead and bring it in officially. Once again, thank you very much for listening. If anything I said resonates with you or makes you think, or you just want to show some support, you can do that by hitting the like button, leaving a comment, letting me know what you thought, what you'd like to see more, what you'd like to see less, if you have any other constructive criticism. And of course, please, 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 please hit that subscribe button if you want to, as hard as you can. Every little bit helps towards that 1,000 subscriber goal that I have set. Honestly, I want you on this team. I can't do it without you. A coach is nothing without a good team, and I want you to be a part of it. That's pretty much just real talk right there. But yeah, on that note, that's all for now. Thanks for listening. Until next time, take care, y'all.